Welcome to Honey and Brown.
Welcome. What do we do here?
We do anime and music.
Today?
Music Corner.
Music Corner. More specifically,
MJ Corner.
yes, if you're new to this channel, welcome. Yes, typically we do anime and music reactions. This part of the channel is called Music Corner. It's basically where I play music for my wife, and then we usually have a very deep and philosophical conversation about it. But today is what everyone has been waiting for.
Yeah.
So as you guys may not know, if you're like new to the channel, I mean, we've been going down the Michael Jackson journey, you know, the journey that means a lot to me because, you know, I grew up with Michael Jackson. He's kind of like the foundation of like my musical taste and everything. But, you know, I've been playing a lot of Michael Jackson for my wife, who hasn't been too familiar with a lot of his songs prior to this channel.
Yeah.
But the one thing that has kind of come into existence the last, I don't know, 10 or 15 videos, but especially when we did Remember the Time, her crush or her love or obsession for Michael has exploded. She's like in love with him, which is good. It's awesome. But this song here, Michael Jackson in the Closet. I mean, a lot of the subscribers on the channel, a lot of the comments have just been wanting to see your reaction to this because you go hot and heavy when Michael becomes sexy. So this is probably like one of Michael's most provocative, actually not one of, it's the most provocative video and song that he's ever created. So yeah, I'm very curious because I don't know, maybe we should have a towel here for you sweating later.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's like there's so much pressure from people. So I feel like I don't know if I'll be able, like, I feel like it's too much pressure for me. I'm so sorry.
I guess we'll find out. But yeah, let's get on to it. Before we start, we just want to say thank you guys for continuing to watch us.
Yeah.
Like, comment, all that like amazing stuff. Yeah, I'm very curious to see what your reaction's gonna be. I'm not gonna overhype it, but you know, a little spoiler alert, the song is fantastic though. Like, the beat is fantastic. So yeah, I guess, are you ready for this?
Oh my god, I don't know. Like,
all right, let's
I'm not ready.
So this is Michael Jackson in the Closet off of the Dangerous album.
Let's go.
There's something I have to say to you. If you promise, you'll understand.
That's Naomi Campbell, very famous supermodel.
I'm so humble. Touch me. Don't hide our love. Woman to man.
I want to see Michael.
That beat though, eh?
Yeah.
Oh my god, contain.
Oh my god.
Just a lover who told me by. It's a worth the giving. It's a worth the try. You're not leaving. Put it in the furnace. You're not waiting.
Oh my god.
Burn it. She wants to give. She wants to give. Oh, she wants to give me. She wants to give it. Oh, she wants to give
You all right?
it. So open the door and you'll see there are no secrets. Make you move, set me free. Something about you, baby, that makes me want to give it to you.
Yes, like
Something about you, baby. Just promise me whatever we say. We get it. For now, I make a vow to just keep it in the closet.
It's like perfect, eh?
If you can get it, is it worth the try? I really want it, I can't deny. It's just desire, I really love it. 'Cause if it's sticky,
The beat's insane, man.
But I keep seeing her. It's like, oh my god.
Now I make a vow to just.
I'm not interested in you. You're touching him too much. He's so cute. I don't know why. He's so cute.
Bro, this beat though is insane.
Yes.
Like, holy crap.
And I love seeing him dance.
Yeah. Look at him, man. He's like not even human, hey?
Yeah.
Bring it down.
Michael's not been touching her that much.
He hasn't been?
He hasn't. He doesn't touch her that much, but she touches him all over. And they keep showing her. Whoever's directing this is directing it wrong.
Woo! You sweating? So typically we usually watch the detail. They're like a YouTube channel that has been going over a lot of the songs off of the Dangerous album. But I know a lot of people want to just hear your like first initial raw reaction. So before we jump into the detail, I mean, I know how you felt about it. We watched the video like 2 or 3 times after, but what are your initial thoughts just on like the song, the video, and then, yeah, I don't know.
I
You're
love
blushing.
it. I love it. It's just that it's so perfect that, you know, the part where he's wearing white and like, you know, not really transparent, but also still covering him. It's like, oh my God, it's like leaving a lot to the imagination. And I hate that we saw so much of the woman. Like
Naomi Campbell?
Yeah, like, I mean, she's really pretty, but you know, it's like, we're watching this for Michael. This is a Michael Jackson song. Like,
Well,
it's not.
You're watching it for Michael.
Yeah, it's not her song.
Yeah.
So like, I love it. It's everything I really want. It's like, I kind of want to watch this more.
All right. Yeah, let's just jump onto the detail just so you can get a bit of like a backstory and a history. And I think you will really like a bit of the background of this song. So yeah, let's jump onto it. This is Michael Jackson in the Closet from the Detail Dangerous 30 special.
This is Dangerous 30, a video series chronicling every detail in the construction of Michael Jackson's most ambitious musical triumph, Dangerous, honoring the 30th anniversary since its worldwide release. From the outset, Michael Jackson's next single was never intended to just be a radio-friendly creation. With the provocative title In the Closet, Michael Jackson decided to once again use the years of gossip headlines and controversy that followed him for his own commercial advantage that had proved successful with Black or White. This time, he alluded to the very public speculation over his sexuality, knowing the press attention this would cause. Jackson also intended to up the ante on this track by setting his sights on the master of media hype and somewhat pop rival Madonna, who was at the very peak of her pop powers at this time, and whose musical involvement would only heighten public interest in the song. Having just vogued her way around the world on the iconic Blonde Ambition tour, all conical bras, Catholic imagery, hip-thrusting, and simulated masturbation, she said, "He wanted to write a song with me, and I was curious. He played me a bit of music. It was a very unfinished track, and he said that he wanted to call the song In the Closet, and I said, really?" Given the position Madonna was in at the time, slap bang in between the Justify My Love furor and right before erotica and the sex book, it is probably not surprising that she didn't want to just tease the audience with a provocative title, but take it up a notch. Madonna said in a 1991 interview, "The thing is, I'm not going to get together and do some stupid ballad or love duet. No one's gonna buy it, first of all. I said, look, Michael, if you want to do something with me, you have to be willing to go all the way, or I'm not going to do it." With a sense of gusto, Madonna claimed that she came onto the musical collaboration with clear ideas on the track's direction, including more sexually provocative lyrics and a video concept that would require Michael Jackson to cut his hair, as well as present himself in drag. But when she expressed these ideas to Jackson, he deemed them to be far too provocative and in turn canceled the whole idea of a collaboration.
You know, I can't help it. You can see how I am with the dancers. I sort of have to get my hands in there and go, oh, you should do this, you should wear that, you should cut your hair, you should do, you know, and I gave him a lot of books to read and director's reels, and I wanted, because I think he's very talented, but I felt that he needed to be exposed to more things than he had been exposing himself to, so I tried to have an influence on him. I don't know if he's going to heed any of my advice. After all, he's done pretty well for himself without me, so.
However, Jackson would continue working on the track that appeared on the album, albeit without Madonna, sung as a duet with a female called Mystery Girl on the album cover. The elusive move was an attempt to conjure up rumors that Jackson was in fact having a secret affair with an unnamed lover, in tune with the lyrical content of the song. The vocals were actually that of Stéphanie from Monaco, with Michael Jackson seeking a very particular voice and having had the opportunity to hear Princess Stéphanie of Monaco sing, invited the princess to come and record the spoken verses in the song. The initial project, according to Stéphanie of Monaco, was to open a competition after the release of the single with this question: who is the mysterious girl? The project was later abandoned, but the album and the booklets having already been pressed and printed meant that Stéphanie of Monaco was never credited for her duet with Michael Jackson. Instead of both artists appearing in the track's accompanying music video, Michael Jackson enlisted Naomi Campbell to make an appearance as his object of desire for the shoot. An offer the highly in-demand supermodel initially refused due to her packed-out Fashion Week schedule during the time of shooting. However, she later agreed once Michael convinced her by announcing he would repay her for all the fees she would have earned over Fashion Week.
Rewind, I was one of those 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds that saved up my pocket money to buy Off the Wall, you know, the album that folded out with Michael against the wall in the tuxedo. I used to play that album over and over and over again. I would never believe in a million years I would be meeting him, knowing him, and being friends with him till the day he died.
To heighten the stakes, world-renowned fashion photographer Herb Ritts was enlisted to co-direct the music video, after shooting Madonna's Cherish and Janet Jackson's Love Would Never Do Without You videos. Having worked together before, Michael Jackson recreated the slicked-down ponytail and minimalistic attire he wore during his last Herb Ritts shoot that appeared on the cover of Rolling Stone in January 1992. The location chosen was the Californian desert, where a whole Spanish-style church left in ruins was constructed out of styrofoam. The film was shot in sepia tone, and its setting reflected the sparse and steamy nature of the track. Naomi Campbell was instructed by the director to dance, caress, and gyrate all over the characteristically shy Michael Jackson throughout the shoot. Campbell had no problem getting hot and heavy with the king of pop while filming. Herb Ritts was keen to push Michael, for him to express the sexual nature of the song and break away from his Peter Pan image.
How did you loosen Michael up in that video? He seemed like he was...
Naomi.
She did it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they had fun with it, and he really got into it. She had her hands all over him, though. I mean, she had a major crush, I think. So it worked.
However, the video shoot was reportedly cut short when Michael Jackson refused to continue after the supermodel aggressively came onto him off camera.
I remember Michael and her doing the video, and then she got nasty with him, and he wanted it to end.
Why was Michael so freaked out about it?
I think because Michael was a bigger star than her.
Was he scared of you? Because you had to be, when you were in the video, you had to do all that
hearing
sexy
that
stuff.
he's frightened of me, but I think because, the directors would tell me, Herb would say, you have to touch him everywhere. And I'd say, but he doesn't want me to touch him.
Isn't it?
I said, but
like
then he'd
touching the
say to me,
Pope.
you can't touch me there. And Herb'd say, you have to do it. So I was like in the middle, like I had to do my job at the same time, but I didn't want to upset him, so.
Did he get upset?
No, he just said I was
Must have been
crazy.
quite a
Maybe that's
first.
why he's frightened of me, because I'm an infomaniac. But
The video's world premiere took place on April 23, 1992 on the Fox network and cable's MTV and BET. Reviews the next day commended the song itself, but were predictably confused by Jackson's change in image, questioning whether the song's title meant it was really about an affair between a man and a woman. The provocative title and its accompanying steamy video caused controversy when the video was banned by the South African government. The government's Directorate of Publication saying the lyrics of songs on Jackson's latest album were considered undesirable. The government-run South African Broadcasting Corp said the Jackson video was of a very sensual nature which could offend viewers, and therefore the video will not be allowed for broadcasting.
Well, that was very informative.
Yes, it was.
But yeah, anyway, so just going off of that in the song, I mean, I don't think we're gonna have a very deep philosophical conversation about this song, but I just want to say, like the song, like I think I had the same, or I'm gonna have the same sentiment as when we did Break of Dawn by Michael Jackson. That, yes, I know the song's about lust and it's about sex and it's about like the animalistic nature that humans have, right? But again,
He says it in a very graceful, manly, gentleman.
that's the
way.
thing, like he
I
does it in a
love
very artistic way. Like you compare, like in the video that it was showing, like he wanted Madonna on the track, and then you kind of see Madonna's career at the time, very much about I don't know if it's like female lib and all that type of stuff, like female empowerment, female sexuality.
Yeah.
And she did it. I mean, it worked for her. Like she became a huge star. I mean, she was already a pretty big star, but at the time she became even huge, right?
Yeah.
But you see how she went about expressing herself in a sexual way.
Yeah.
And then you see how Michael does it. Like, yes, the song is very hot, it's very like lustful.
Yeah.
But again, it's Michael. He doesn't just do stuff in a very trashy, very much like look at me type way. It's a very artistic, it's a very beautiful way. I mean, it's lust, right? We all have lust in our lives, it's a human emotion, right? But again, Michael, he's such an artist, he's such a perfectionist, he's such like a very coy, very shy person, but the way he wrote and constructed the song is it's very sophisticated, and that's that's what Michael always does. No matter what type of subject matter he does, it's always filled with like sophistication, class, being a gentleman, even in a song like this. But that's me. Now let's hear what you have to say.
Oh, Michael, I love him so much. Like, I really, after watching that video from the detail, I actually don't hate her anymore, Naomi Campbell, just because she's the only woman who loves Michael too. Yeah. So she got a chance to do it. So why
wouldn't you grab the king of pop?
I know. I was like, she got a chance to do it, so she kind of went all out. It was like the one time I can do this. Yeah. It was like and not be creepy. Yeah. So I don't judge her at all. Like, good on you. But I love it. Like, it's because it's very hot and heavy, yes. And the beats, I was like, oh my God, how does Michael come up with these beats? It's so good. It's so catchy. I love it so much. But like I said, it's so hot and heavy. But whenever Michael sings, there would be parts in there that he would be smiling. He would have his cute smile, and then I would remember it's like, oh, that's my Michael. Michael's so cute, and yes, he is he is very animalistic in there. Yeah. Especially he has that face of him when he's trying, I don't know how to explain it, but he has that certain face of him where he's being like, you know, how a man would be like so animalistic in bed. Like he had that kind of face in there. It's like, I love it. But then when he smiles, it's like, I love that too, because it's so cute. It's so Michael.
Still like that pure of Michael. And like that's the thing about it too. It's like this song, like, hey, if we just look at it at a very surface level, yes, it's a song about sex. It's a song about urges and lust, you know, between a man and a woman, or, you know, whatever. But again, the way Michael does it, it's just done so, I don't know, in a weird way, it's done so like beautiful, right?
Yeah.
It's like beautiful lust. And like the music video as well, I actually really like it. Like it's a very simple video. It's just, you know, those two, but again, like just like in the detail when they're talking about like the color scheme.
Yeah.
I thought the color scheme fits so perfect with it. You know, it's a very kind of like dirty, very dreamlike.
Yeah.
Very, you know, kind of like away from the world in their own little world. But yeah, I don't know, it's just a great song, you know. And the beat is just, that's the one thing that we kept saying during the music video. I'm like, good God, this beat is like futuristic, electronic pop, you know, and a hint of like Michael. And like, I just want to say too, compare like the dangerous version of Michael, especially this song, to like his songs in the 80s. Completely different.
Yeah.
And like that's what I keep saying during like all of the dangerous reactions, is that, you know, Michael in the 80s completely different from Michael in the 90s, especially during Dangerous. You know, he stepped away from Quincy Jones, he teamed up with Ted Riley, and I feel like Michael matured like tenfold, and he was like, okay, like, you know, not that he was not proud of all of his work, but it's very different. Like it's a very different era, right?
I feel like he had more, like, you know, he had more, like, I feel like Michael always had input on his music.
Oh yeah.
But the only thing is, like, this one, like, he really had a lot more creative control, I think.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, just the beats that he comes up with, like, I'm like, for me, I'm really shocked, because like like, you know, as you all know, like, this is the first time I've heard of all these songs, but like his beat is like so good until now. Like until now in 2022, it's still like so good to listen to. Like, and we were actually just reminiscing, like, you know, like older songs like the other time, and like, you know, watching like these old artists, and I don't like any of their songs. Like, I mean, I like it, like, I appreciate it, it's really good, but it's just like Michael's songs, like, they're very different.
They're
like
very
Michael's
timeless.
Michael's song, yes, it's so timeless. Like, until now, I love them so much. And like, yeah, it's like in this video, it's just, I don't know, I really love it. Like, I do love, like, you know, how they shot it. It's just that it showed too much of Naomi Campbell. Like, come on, like, it's too much.
Wow.
Like,
yeah,
I just want to see Michael more.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, the song is like a masterful, it's a masterpiece of a song, you know. And like the lyrics is just, it's so like erotic, but it's so like beautiful. It's still poetry. Like, it's still like, you know, it's still a poem at the end of the day. The lyric I really like, because it's so beautiful, and it's so dark as well. It's very dark, but it's very, I mean, it's a lust song.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get too deep with it, but I really like, you know, the one part where it's like, one thing in life you must understand, the truth of lust, woman to man. So open the door and you will see there are no secrets. Make your move, set me free. That's like so beautiful in a song like this. And like, if this was sung by any other artist like Madonna, I think it would have been really trashy.
It would
have been really gutter. I think there's beauty in music, there's beauty in lust. And I think Michael captured both.
Yeah.
You know, I think he captured the beauty in having that pure, raw, lustful, you know.
And like, he just makes it that, you know, lust doesn't have to be dirty.
No.
Like, it can
it's an urge, right?
Yeah. It's like, it can be beautiful, and then he makes it in that way. And like, it's like, oh my God, Michael, like, how do you do this? Like,
whew. But yeah, I'm assuming you really like the song.
Yes.
But yeah, this was great. Again, you're witnessing like the iconic version of Michael.
I know.
I love it. Anyways, I'm very curious to see what your guys' responses to this song. I know a lot of people really love this song. You know, the beat, the lyrics, everything is just like on point. You know, Michael looks slick, you know, and Naomi Campbell's awesome too. And the singer, what's her name? Like Princess Stéphanie of Monaco or something like that, you know? Very elusive, very like alluring voice.
I know, I actually love it. Like when I was listening to her, I was like, oh, that's actually really good. It's like, it's so like, you know, like it's so, like it really teases you.
Yeah, and it's cool too. Like the one thing that I really like about the song is that it's not just Michael singing it. There's a female that's kind of going off of him. So it's like you are hearing a story in your mind about two lovers, and it's done beautifully. And I'm very curious to know what the Madonna version would have been, because it's like two big
it sounds so trashy,
but like, you know, I'm just curious like with like Madonna's voice. I mean, I'm very curious. It's like an Elseworld type, you know, thing. I would always just kind of curious to know what her take. I mean, we kind of know what the take would be, but just to hear her voice and like Michael Jackson featuring Madonna, right?
Like I'm not, you know, I would definitely love to hear both of them, just because I feel like their music, like the sound and the beat that they would have come up with together, it would have been like so amazing. But the only thing is like the way that she was like, you know, explaining what she wanted is like, it's not Michael, and it feels so trashy. It's like, oh my god. Like, I mean, I know Madonna. I love Madonna. I love everything that, you know, I love her songs. It's just that like the sound that she has, or like, no, not the sound, but like the way the style that she wanted to do it. And I'm pretty sure the lyrics even that she would have written. Yeah. I feel like it would have been too much.
Yeah. Even though the song's about lust, it's still done in a subtle way for the most part. I think with Madonna, it would have just been straight up in your face. And, you know, I think the beauty of the song would have been lost. Anyways, again, very curious to know what your guys' thoughts are on this. And thank you guys so much for watching. This is probably a bit of a longer video, but anyways, thank you so much. And
if you stayed till the end, we thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much. And we'll see you in the next video.
See you.